The nugget of a lifetime. It's a phrase whispered among prospectors with a mix of reverence and obsession. It's not just about finding gold. It's about finding the single breathtaking piece that validates a lifetime of searching, of sacrifice, of battling the elements. It's the stuff of legend, a geological lottery ticket that only a handful of people will ever hold. This isn't just a hunt for treasure, it's a quest for a legacy. A single discovery that can rewrite a person's entire story, turning relentless struggle into legendary success. It represents the pinnacle of a prospector's dream, the ultimate reward for unyielding faith and brutal hard work. But legends are forged in the crucible of adversity. And in this remote wilderness, adversity has a name: the river. This is the ultimate challenge. A raw, untamed force of nature that has carved its path through these mountains for millennia. It's a place of breathtaking beauty and uncompromising danger. Every cubic foot of water carries enough force to toss boulders like pebbles, to snap equipment, to end a life in an instant. This is the very definition of man versus nature. A primal conflict where the opponent is relentless, tireless, and holds all the cards. The river doesn't negotiate, it doesn't compromise, it's simply. To even attempt to work in these conditions is an act of defiance. It means battling treacherous white water, where every step is a calculated risk and every moment is a test of will. These miners are risking everything for a dream. They pour their life savings, their time, and their physical well-being into this unforgiving environment. They endure freezing temperatures that seep into their bones, the constant roar of the water that deafens the senses, and the crushing fatigue that comes from fighting a current that never stops. Why? Because they believe. They believe that somewhere in the chaos, buried beneath the rage, lies the prize. It's a brutal paradox. The river gives, and the river takes. The very same hydrological forces that rip through this canyon, the floods and torrents that make this work so perilous, are what created the treasure map. Over eons, these powerful currents have acted as a natural sluice box, eroding gold from ancient quartz veins miles upstream. The water sorts the material by weight, carrying away the lighter sands and gravels, while allowing the heaviest element of all, gold, to settle and concentrate in hidden pockets on the bedrock. The river's fury is both the guardian and the guide. So while the surface boils with chaos, deep beneath its fury, a fortune lies hidden. It's not scattered randomly. It's concentrated in pay streaks, trapped in crevices, and locked behind massive boulders that have sat unmoved for centuries. Finding it requires more than just brute force. It requires knowledge. It means reading the river, understanding its flow, and identifying the subtle clues that point to a deposit. It's a high-stakes geological puzzle where the pieces are constantly shifting, and the prize is measured in ounces of pure, brilliant gold. The odds are astronomical, the dangers are real, and failure is the most likely outcome. But for these miners, the possibility, however slim, is enough. The chance to unearth a piece of history, a treasure forged in the heart of the earth and delivered by the power of the river, is a calling they cannot ignore. The search is on. This is the hunt for the nugget of a lifetime. Out here, on the edge of the world, every single minute is a fight. It's a relentless, brutal war waged not just against the river, but against the laws of physics, economics, and time itself. The crew is pushing the absolute limits of their endurance and their machinery, locked in a desperate struggle where the only prize that matters is buried deep beneath the churning water. They are chasing a ghost, a legend whispered about in prospector bars for decades. A single massive nugget that could rewrite their entire season, and perhaps their entire lives. But legends don't come easy. They are earned through sweat, sacrifice, and an unwavering refusal to quit, even when every instinct screams to turn back. This isn't just mining, it's an obsession. The primary enemy is the overburden, a dense, suffocating blanket of sand, gravel, and colossal boulders that has settled over millennia. Each rock is a gatekeeper, guarding the pay layer below. Moving them is a monumental task. The excavator, a beast of steel and hydraulic fluid, groans under the strain, its engine screaming as it battles rocks the size of small cars. It's a slow, punishing process. For every foot they dig down, the river fights back, trying to reclaim the hole with a fresh deposit of silt and stone. They are literally trying to empty a small piece of the river, while the rest of it tries to pour back in. And then there's the cold. The water, fed by glacial melt, is just a few degrees above freezing. It seeps through the thickest wetsuits, chilling them to the bone, slowing their movements and dulling their senses. Every moment submerged is a drain on their physical and mental energy. Hypothermia is a constant, lurking threat. The pressure is immense, and it's not just the crushing weight of the water. It's the psychological toll of working in such a hostile environment, where a single mistake, a slipped footing, a snagged tether, could have catastrophic consequences. Communication is reduced to frantic hand signals over the deafening roar of the current and the machinery. With every tick of the clock, the season slips away. The weather window is closing fast. Soon, the first deep freezes will come, choking the river with ice and making this work impossible. Time is running out, not in weeks, but in days, maybe even hours. They are racing against the calendar, pushing their bodies and their equipment past the breaking point because they know there are no second chances. Once winter sets in, this claim will be locked in ice until next year, and their opportunity will be gone. This is the ultimate gamble. They've poured their entire season's budget, their savings, and every ounce of credit they could secure into this one deep hole. The daily burn rate is staggering. Hundreds of gallons of diesel fuel for the excavator and the dredge pumps, the constant threat of a costly mechanical breakdown, the food, the supplies, it all adds up to thousands of dollars vanishing every single day. They are so far in the red that breaking even is no longer the goal. They need a miracle. They're gambling their season, their finances, for a single, elusive prize that could make it all worthwhile. But then, something changes. A new sound. A different vibration through the dredge hose. The suction nozzle, which has been chewing through gravel for hours, suddenly bucks hard. The pressure gauge on the pump spikes into the red. The entire system is under immense strain. The dredge is hitting something big, something massive. It's not a boulder. The feel is wrong. The sound is different. It's a solid, immovable object lodged deep in the bedrock. And in a place like this, an immovable object at the bottom of the pay layer can only mean one thing. The moment of truth. After countless hours of back-breaking labor, moving tons of rock and fighting the river's relentless current, it all comes down to this, the final cleanup. Every muscle aches, every nerve is frayed, but adrenaline is the only fuel that matters now. The entire season, the investment, the gamble, it's all concentrated into the heavy black sand sitting in the bottom of this pan. The team gathers, their breath held in a collective silent prayer. They've seen color before, sure. Specks, flakes, the kind of gold that keeps you going but never lets you get ahead. But today feels different. The weight in the sluice was unusual, a deep, promising density that spoke of something more. The first wash of water swirls away the lighter gravel. The second wash reveals the familiar dense layer of magnetite, the black sand that so often guards the treasure. But beneath it, something else. Then, the impossible. A sight that stops the heart mid-beat. Not just flakes, not just the fine, flour-like dust that pays the fuel bill. This is different. These are coarse, heavy, jagged pieces. Picker gold. The kind of gold that hasn't traveled far from its source, retaining its raw, chunky character. It's a clear signal, a geological scream from the bedrock that they are right on top of the pay streak. The air crackles with unspoken electricity. This pan alone holds more weight than the entire previous week combined. But even this incredible showing is just the opening act. It's the herald, the messenger for what still lies hidden, buried under the last, stubborn layer of concentrates. With hands that tremble ever so slightly, the final wash begins. Water sheets across the pan, a delicate, controlled flow. The last of the black sand reluctantly gives way, peeling back like a curtain on the world's most exclusive stage. And there it is, a glint of pure, untouched gold. But it's not a glint. It's a glow. A deep, warm, buttery light that seems to absorb the sun and radiate it back with an ancient intensity. It's not a piece or a picker, it's a mass, a solid, unyielding form that dominates the pan, pushing aside everything else. The world seems to fall silent, the roar of the river fading into a distant hum. Time itself slows down, stretching this single second into an eternity, a monumental, record-breaking nugget. The fingers close around it, the weight is shocking, almost unbelievable. It feels dense, impossibly heavy for its size, a tangible piece of the Earth's core, resting in a human hand. As it's lifted from the pan, water cascades from its intricate, gnarled surfaces. This isn't river-worn and smooth. It's a crystalline beast, covered in sharp, intricate structures that speak of a violent volcanic birth deep within the planet. It's a time capsule from the dawn of creation. Pulled from the depths of the white water, it's bigger than anything they've ever seen. But seeing is one thing, verifying is another. The first test? The scale. The numbers climb, flying past their wildest dreams. This single piece weighs more than many prospectors find in a lifetime. Next, the magnet test. A powerful neodymium magnet is passed over the nugget. If it were iron-stained rock or fool's gold, it would react. But the nugget sits, impassive, regal. It is pure, unadulterated Au-79. A close inspection reveals delicate white lines of quartz, the host rock it was born in, still clinging to its surface, a testament to its authenticity and its proximity to the load source. This isn't just a find. It's the nugget of a lifetime. It's the validation for every frozen finger, every strained muscle, every dollar spent on fuel and gear. It's the season saver, the debt clearer, and the dream maker, all rolled into one magnificent, heavy, gleaming piece of metal. This is the story they will tell for the rest of their lives. The day the river gave up its greatest secret. The day they found the king of the creek. Buried under white water, it waited. And now, the reward. This single nugget has changed everything. The season is saved. The gamble paid off. This is the ultimate payoff. The nugget of a lifetime. Please subscribe to our channel History Documentary Hub for more insightful videos and intriguing content.